Good morning. This just looks amazing right now. So, I finally did it. I got out. I got out of my cocoon in Arequipa. And now I'm just in a new cocoon in brand new mountains. No, I'm actually back in Pisac, the spiritual village of Peru. I don't know why, but the divine is orchestrating me back here. There must be a reason for it. I didn't relate with the spiritual scene, but for some reason, this is where I was brought back. I didn't do an Ascension symptoms update video in December, just because I was in the midst of the transition and I had to focus on everything else, and making a YouTube video just was out of my range, let's say. But I did it. I came out of the cocoon. I was actually gonna move out of the apartment in Arequipa just in January, just about now, end of January, and I ended up all of a sudden, listening to synchronicities, decided to leave in December. So 3 days before I had to get out of the apartment, I took that decision to pack up and just leave all at once. So I did it. It was scary. It was scary. But I was preparing my coming out. Getting out of the apartment situation, of the city situation, and I thought I was going to go to the north of Peru, and I ended up, it's a long story how I ended up simply back in Pisac. I was encouraged to do that move because I thought I had a place to land coming here in Pisac, and then I didn't. I got motivated because I thought I was going to spend New Year's on the Titicaca Lake, and for some reason that was calling me. That totally resonated. But then I ended up not even going to the Titicaca Lake for New Year's. I just looked for a new place to stay, and that was kind of hard and stressful, but then the least I expected, I ended up in this eco hostel just outside of the village of Pisac, and it's a complete eco hostel, eco farm. They even make essential oils out of medicinal plants here. And the whole place is pretty magic. And I did not expect to move to such a social setup, because now I get to have my own little cabin room. But I do have to share the kitchen, the bathroom, with the other guests. So that is obligating me to throw myself in the social world. And all this was just divinely orchestrated on me. I thought I was going to look for a little house just for myself, and I finally found this place out of contacts. And at first I was hesitant. I said, "Ooh, that's not what I was expecting or looking for." And after some reflection, I figured that was the universe throwing me into a situation where I wasn't gonna be able to just lock myself into my house and have it difficult to get out of there. Now I don't have to get out of the house, and I do get to share conversations with people. So that is a big step out right now. I thought I was going to go backpacking, travel around, but then I've been having very little energy still. And it's been a little bit like, wow, overwhelming. Not overwhelming, but it just seems like it's a big move. It's a big move. And I'm still kind of in between feeling like I'm ready to share with people, talk to people, but sometimes I do still feel like I'm on my own bubble, in my own dimension. Like there was a little birthday party here, and yeah, I was in the middle between feeling comfortable sharing with people, being out there in the middle of the people, but also a little bit awkward. So I don't know when I'm gonna be feeling completely comfortable, getting back into normal, regular social outings. I think it might never happen. Still feeling pretty awkward. Yeah, a little bit weird. So I'm going on 2 years and 4 months since the Kundalini Awakening. And I'm barely getting back into society. But this moving out definitely feels like it's some kind of next phase, some kind of breakthrough even. And instead of becoming more comfortable talking about awakenings maybe on this YouTube channel, it actually gives me the chance to start some real conversations, like with real people. Yeah, it's with someone in front of me who I can try to talk to. And this is going so far. But I feel like this is going to give me some practice and make me more comfortable talking about this whole awakening thing, even though I still find it hard. I'm still just analyzing this spiritual scene. And as I was analyzing mostly online, now I get to mix it up with trying to analyze the situation in real life, not virtual life. And I think that's one of the reasons why I end up here in the spiritual village of Peru, where everybody comes for their ayahuasca ceremonies with the shamans and looking for spiritual growth here. I haven't mingled with any of the events or the activities going on in the village. I mean, there's a lot of spiritual entertainment going on here, and I haven't participated so far. But I am observing. I'm observing. Not sure if I'm ready to make a conclusion of my analysis of the whole situation here, though. I think I'm gonna keep that to myself and just keep observing. But the whole eco farm situation I landed into is amazingly, surprisingly similar to what I would like to imagine my project in Colombia being. This is actually my favorite kind of setup when I used to backpack and travel a lot. When I would find a hostel completely in nature with little cabins and very rustic kind of community lifestyle, sharing the kitchen and the space. So it's pretty amazing how the universe orchestrated that for me and just made me land into a setup that is very similar to what I'm trying to achieve back in Colombia on my little jungle farm. So here I get to learn some more, have a bit more experience, even learn about essential oils and their extraction from medicinal plants. All this is very interesting. And the setup is just beautiful, amazing. These mountains of Pisac. Pisac is called the energetic portal of the sacred valley of the Inca. So it's definitely energy-wise a very special place to be. So yeah, December was a bit hard debating, where should I go? Should I go now? Should I go later? And then all of a sudden, making the big move out. And I've taken some notes just at the beginning of December. I still had to process as I was thinking about, leaving the situation, moving on to the next phase. This already felt a little bit triggering. And somehow the abandonment, my abandonment wound again. But now instead, thinking I've worked through that a lot already, feeling like I was the one who was abandoning the other. My maybe twin flame there stayed in Arequipa, so now I'm really on my own. I had to get over feeling guilty, feeling selfish. But then finally I felt like I was the one being abandoned in this whole situation. And it's okay, it just brought it up, it just came up so I could work through that and process how maybe even sometimes we are addicted to this abandonment wounds, and we put ourselves in these situations, and it's because this abandonment wound is probably one of the most important, and it comes from far back, far down in our ancestral line. So I've had to think about my ancestors, their life experiences, try to realize how everyone must have felt left out or not loved properly since a long time. It's been going on for many and many, many generations for our humanity. So yeah, I had to feel a little abandoned before I just threw myself into the next unknown phase. And then the transition was just, so tiring. I've been here in this new place for a month already, and I'm feeling like I'm barely settling in, finally feeling at home again. And I thought I was just gonna move on and keep traveling quick, and now I think I might stay right where I am for another little bit and just try to focus on probably making more videos, hopefully, now that I've taken more than 1 month break. But don't worry, I am not giving up on the YouTube project. I have a lot of things that I want to talk about, because this whole spiritual awakening of humanity is probably the most important thing going on right now in this world. So it's worth focusing on it. So, as I was saying in the last video of the Ascension symptoms, I said I was starting to feel more normal, and that's why I was feeling like I would be ready to make the next move and get out of the city, leave the apartment, and go wherever. And so action has started, and yes, I can say I am more and more feeling like back to normal. So other physical symptoms, I haven't I can say I've been distracted because of all the action and the moving out. And so I had written that crystal vision is back. By the middle of December, I've had it a bit, but then when I say crystal vision, it's some kind of something going on with my vision where I start seeing like crystal pattern blur in the side of my vision, and that happens with my eyes opened. If I close my eyes, then I don't see that. So it's very strange. I've talked more about that in another video where this started a few years ago, but every now and then. And I have no explanation to what exactly is it that is going on in my vision. And then once I got busy with the moving out and everything, I kind of stopped having it. So I had it a bit in mid-December, and now in January, since I moved out here, I've had something similar just one time. But then it wasn't crystal patterns that I would see. It was kind of a different purple, light purple, whitish kind of swirls design, like a psychedelic, and it was moving. It was moving just like the crystal vision's moving, but it was a different pattern. It was more swirling than the crystal one is more like straight, kind of squares, lines. So anyway, that's with that, which I still have no explanation or more information with what's up with that vision. And otherwise, as I said, I was distracted from spending so much time alone and feeling every single swirl of energy coming in, or crown chakra, heart chakra moment, activation moments. And as I was busier being in a social environment and sharing with people and giving my attention to other people around me, I've had 2 occasions where I was obligated, like I started feeling really bad, maybe from giving too much attention outside of me. I've had to come back to myself and just take a time out, spend some time meditating and breathing especially, because I was feeling some bodily pains and unbalance, especially in my whole plexus area. So I just had to come back and sit with it to make it pass, or to process it, or to integrate it, or to be reminded to spend some time sitting with myself and focusing on processing the energies, meditating, breathing, going inwards. And so all that basically is very important to not forget to do. So apparently that was the message I was obligated to take some break from being so social now and come back to spend some time still with myself in stillness. But anyway, for now, I'll leave it at that. Talk to you guys soon. Take care. Much love and a great journey to you all.